Hi guys, welcome to Draw with Sandee at the Little Artistic Nook. Today we'll be drawing this cute little Tyrannosaurus Rex. Let's start off by drawing out an oval near the top of the page for our T-Rex's eye. We can draw in an eyelid by just tracing over the top and extending a small line towards the right. For the first highlight, draw a big circle near the front and top of the eye and a small heart underneath. Now you can go ahead and shade in the eye. To create a cheek, I'm just going to come to the bottom edge of my eye and draw a curve all the way underneath and close it on the other side. And finally, I'm going to add just a small eyebrow for a little expression. To draw out the T-Rex's head, we're going to start near the top of the eyebrow and start to draw something like a C shape that's moving towards the left side of our page, straightening the curve of your C by drawing a line towards the bottom that extends just below the cheek, and then starting to bring that line back around towards the center of your page. Then coming back to the top line, I'm going to start extending over top of the eyebrow towards the back side of the eye, and once I pass the outer edge of my eye, I'm going to start drawing my line down towards the bottom center of my page. I'm going to continue this line until it comes lower than the bottom front of my T-Rex's head. Now I'm going to create the neck area, so come back to the bottom of the head and draw out a small line moving down towards the bottom of your page in a slight curve that's curving to the left. We're going to create our T-Rex's back with a little bump, so starting on the right side of the neck, begin to draw a line towards the right side of the page and then start to curve down towards the corner. This little dip's not very long, so start to bring your line back out towards the right edge of your paper. When you finish this line, we're going to start to draw in the tail by taking our line up towards the top right corner of our page. When you've made your tail as long as you like, you're going to start at the top of that line and start to draw down towards the bottom of our page, and eventually we're going to sweep in towards the center, creating a nice big start to the belly. This bottom line should stop about halfway from the back. Then, coming just underneath the right side of the neck, we're going to draw in the front of the back leg by creating a big C shape that's inside the body and ends a little bit below the bottom of our tail. From the bottom of the C, draw a slightly angled line moving a little bit towards the left and towards the bottom of the page. Then draw a little hook coming towards the left for his claw. To make the bottom of the foot come from the front of his claw, and draw a horizontal line across the bottom of your page until you're just past the front of his leg. Then draw a parallel line moving back up in towards the body, going just past the bottom of the C. Then draw in a smaller C shape that ends just above the bottom of the tail. And now you can close off the space between the tail and the leg if you have any. We are going to give our T-Rex an underbelly, so to indicate that from the tail side, I'm just going to draw in a little triangle that starts just behind that small C shape and tapers off in towards the tail. So you'll have something that looks like a little triangle. Then find the top line of that triangle and imagine it's going across the leg and continue that curve up towards the neck, leaving a space. To create the arms, I'm going to start just inside the body, and I'm going to draw a slightly curved line that's touching the top of my belly line. You can create a little hook or a little rectangular shape at the front for the front of his claws. And then you can close off any space you might have between the bottom of the neck and the top of the arm. To draw the rest of the belly, I'm going to come to the very bottom of our dinosaur's face where it meets the neck and start to draw a curve that matches the curved line we already have there indicating his body. Bring it behind the arm and behind the leg and try to match it up with the bottom underneath the tail. Our dinosaur needs his back leg, so we'll start by drawing out a parallel rectangle to the front leg by just drawing 2 lines that are facing the same angle as the front leg, and then creating that little hook and horizontal line for the foot. You can go ahead and draw in some small triangles right off the front of the foot for the little pointy claws. I'm also going to give my T-Rex some claws on his hands, so I'm just going to draw out 3 little triangles right at the front edge. Then to indicate his second arm, I'm just going to sweep a little curve from the front of the belly that meets the front paw and just draw a little claw if there's room. You can come back to the face and add a little dot for a little nostril for his nose, and I'm going to give my T-Rex just a little smile. Finally, I'm going to come towards the top of my dinosaur, starting at the eyebrow and moving all across the back line. I'm going to draw out little triangles for some little spikes along his body. I'm going to come all the way down to that little curve and then start to go all the way around the top of his back body. And as I start to move a little bit closer to the end of the tail, I'm going to slowly make my little triangles or spikes just a little bit smaller. And coming back towards the top of the dinosaur, this time drawing in towards the body, I'm going to draw out some little curved triangles just to give some texture to his skin. So you can do these pretty much wherever you like. I'm pretty much going to draw them under every second triangle. As I get closer to the end of the tail, I'm going to mirror those little spikes on the back once again by just making these little triangular stripes a little bit smaller as I get towards the tip of the tail. To create my setting, I'm just going to draw out some uneven ground, this time a little bit higher than the bottom of his feet. So just draw a line from one side of the page to the other, making sure to cover any space between the legs that you might have. On the left, I'm going to draw out a nice big plant, so I'm going to start at the ground line and I'm going to draw a curve with a point on the top. So my leaf, if you want to call it that, is really wide at the bottom and pointy at the top. And I'm just going to overlap these. You can grow this as big as you like or as wide as you like. There's no really right or wrong way to do this. Now I'm going to add in a tall plant, so just coming between 2 leaves, draw a curved line towards the top of the page, and then draw in some nice leaves, any shape you want. I'm going to keep them spaced out as I move back down my stem, kind of alternating sides as I go. So I'm making really big leaves. So they're a little bit pointy on the bottom and maybe a little bit rounder near the tip. But once again, it doesn't really matter. It's just nice and fun and whimsical. For another fun little cute addition, I'm going to draw a little scaredy rock. Over on the right, I'm just going to draw out a little uneven shape so that I have some high and low points. Then I'm going to put in 2 little eyes and just a little tiny circle for a little open mouth. It's kind of like Tyrannosaurus Rex. Then draw in some plants behind by just drawing out some stems, and once again, drawing any kind of leaf that you like. I sort of like these leaves to be nice and spaced apart. It makes them look, in my opinion, a little more desert-like. And I think after this, I'm just going to put in one more of those big broadleaf plants, but maybe a little one just in front of the rock here on the right. But you can go ahead and do whatever kind of plants you like, or just leave them out altogether. It's totally up to you. And this is our cute little Tyrannosaurus Rex. Thank you so much for drawing with me today, guys. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So until next time for another Draw with Sandee at the Little Artistic Nook, keep making art and keep smiling.